So now it's time to apply some of this knowledge we've gained about HTML and tags and use it to analyse the world's first web page. Because now we're not just consumers of web pages, we can actually look at the code that underlies them and understand it. So let's go and look at that page now. So in my text editor here, I've actually got the address of the world's first web page. So I'm going to copy that and open a new window and paste it in there. And you can see here, there's the page. But as I said, we're not just viewing the page, we're going to dig in and look at the code. So I go View menu, Developer, and View Source. And that shows me the HTML code that actually makes up the page. And now you should be able to read this a bit and see what it means. So what do you notice? Well, the first thing is there's no HTML tag. Okay, so maybe there's something wrong with this document. And then there's a header tag. We've never heard of that. What's a header tag? Well, so what's going on here? Why is it so different? This is an earlier version of HTML. So remember Kate mentioned that we're actually learning HTML5, which was the current version. And so HTML is a sort of living language. People are constantly debating in the W3C, who kind of control the standards. They're debating what should be in there and what should change and whether this thing doesn't quite work or maybe they need to add this. So for example, in the latest version of HTML, it made it really easy to embed videos and to embed audio, which you'd not been able to do before without using external kind of plugins. So that's an example of something they added in HTML5. So what we're looking at in the first web page is probably pre-HTML1. So it's really a really early version. So some of the tags have been changed since then. So I reckon that the header tag has probably changed into the head tag. But we've got the title tag. Okay, we still use that. And then now I'm noticing something else about it, which is that all the tags have capital letters. And again, we don't do that anymore. We tend to use lowercase for our tags. Now something looking a bit more familiar now. So we've got a body tag there. And World Wide Web, so that's an H1 tag. Okay, we still have that. And then we've got a link. A name is not href. So we've got a hyperlink there. What else have we got? More links. More links there. An A tag. And then we've got this other type of list that I mentioned earlier, which is the sort of the description list. And so you've got a DL, and inside that you get a DT and a DD. And you can see, if we just look at how that looks, you can see it's slightly different from our normal lists in that you get your one part of the list is displayed there, then you kind of get a description. And this type of list is a sort of slightly more complicated than the UL and OL, but it allows you to get this slightly more sophisticated layout where you kind of have it's a bit like a dictionary where you have a term and then you have a definition. Moving on, so nothing else too exciting in there. So the body ends, and that's more or less it. And you can see there's a bunch of links to HTML files and so on. So it's really quite a simple page. Yeah, so that was it. So we looked at the world's first HTML page and we pulled it apart and were able to really understand, just from using the information we'd gained this module, what's going on in that page.